Hey everyone, Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and in this video I'm taking a look at the Flowmaster FlowFX Extreme Single Turn Down Exhaust System fitting 2007 to 2018 JK Wranglers. If you want to get a more aggressive exhaust note and some more ground clearance from your JK for a really good price, this is going to be just the exhaust you're looking for. While the looks may be stealthy, the sound is anything but, and accordingly this is going to get a really solid 3 out of 5 on our loudness meter. This is what Flowmaster themselves describe as a moderately aggressive sound level, so it is noticeably louder than your stock exhaust, but not quite as loud as a straight pipe. However, it is also an inexpensive system that gives you some additional clearance to go with your sound. So if you want to add some more personality to your Jeep, this just might be the one for you. Now in stock form, the JK's V6s don't really make a ton of noise, but ditching your stock exhaust for this FlowFX Extreme system is going to change that. As you heard from the clips at the beginning of the video, this one really opens things up. The small canister style FlowFX muffler here means that you get a louder, deeper sound and much more growl out of your exhaust. It really makes these engines sound pretty darn good. Now this is a catback system, meaning that it will replace your factory mufflers and resonators, opening up the exhaust in a pretty big way. You get some really strong sound out of this one, and you even get a little bit of burble on shifts or on the overrun. This has got a ton of character to it, but again, it's not over the top. Now, of course, more noise outside means more noise inside, and since this is a turn down that exits below the cabin of the vehicle, you can expect a noticeable increase in interior volume. While again, it's not over the top, it is something you and your passengers will take note of, though it should be more than tolerable and get to hear all that great sound when you pop the top off as well. Now, since this is also a turn down, that means there are no over axle pipes or tips to contend with. Now that makes installation a cinch, but it also provides you with more ground clearance since you don't have any pipes hanging out over the back end, meaning that your departure angle will be a bit better than stock as well. And even if you're not off-roading, the lack of a tip makes for a pretty sneaky looking setup, and most people likely aren't going to notice anything until you fire it up. Now, unlike a lot of other catbacks, this thing is pretty simple. It comes in 2 pieces, as you can see, meaning that this is a very simple setup. And it's constructed like most of Flowmaster's offerings from T409 grade 16 gauge stainless steel. Now this one does have a 3-inch diameter, hence some of the extra noise. You've got a few bends in here, but those are of course mandrel bent. Otherwise, it's pretty much just straight through. So this is going to provide you with some really good exhaust flow and some solid protection against rust and corrosion, but the simple construction keeps the price quite low. How low exactly? Well, this one is only going to run you about $425, making it one of the most affordable catback exhausts out there for the JK. So this is a really attractive offering in my book, since you're getting solid construction, a great sound, and that really affordable price. Installation gets a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter and should take you around 2 hours to complete. Now I say that knowing full well that you're probably going to spend more time getting your old exhaust off than you will getting this one hooked up. Now this is going to utilize your factory exhaust hanger location, so you don't need to modify anything on your Jeep. And to show you the process now, let's head on out to the install bay.
For this install, you will need an impact, a small extension, 15, 16, and 18 millimeter sockets, a dead blow hammer, some penetrating lubricant, a hanger removal tool, and some channel locks, and also a pry bar, and also not shown here is a jack and jack stands. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing an exhaust on our Wrangler, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so we've got the car up in the air, and the first thing we're going to do is come back to our muffler section. We're going to loosen up this clamp here using our 15 millimeter socket and extension on our impact. We have that nice and loose. Next we have 2 hangers here on our muffler that we're going to have to pop out of the isolator. So we've got our hanger removal tool. We'll go ahead and get these out. You may have to give it a little push to get this hanger tool behind the collet. Now sometimes this collet will prevent your hanger removal tool from getting where it needs to go. So we've got a pry bar here. We're going to go ahead and work this off with that pry bar. At least give it some room. So we have that over. Go ahead and pop that out. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now this one is up behind our muffler outlet here. So again, we'll grab our hanger tool. Try to work that in position. It's kind of a tough space in here, to be quite honest. Might have to grab our pry bar again. So now we've given it a little bit more room. We've got our hanger tool back out. I'm gonna go ahead and work this hanger out of the isolator. All right, so now that we have this hanger out of the isolator, free to go ahead and wiggle our muffler off. Just watch out for the condensation. We can set this aside. Now we can come up here to our Y pipe and loosen up our clamp on our slip joint, again with our 15 mil socket on our impact. Sometimes these clamps tend to stick. Give them a few taps, they'll loosen right up. Next, we can go ahead and get this hanger out of its isolator. Now, this is pretty close to your frame rail, so it's going to be hard to get a hanger removal tool in. So once again, we'll grab our pry bar, push back on this and push forward on our isolator at the same time. Sometimes these are a little bit stubborn. So go ahead and help it out and give it a little bit more room. Sometimes even a pair of channel locks would be a little bit more beneficial in places like this. A little bit of a thinner profile. We can work that out close. Then pop that hanger. Make sure that it gets fully clear of your hanger, and then we'll go ahead and remove our midway hanger. All right, so now once again, we're just gonna go ahead and use a pry bar, start working this one out. You definitely wanna be careful not to tear this, but they do have a good bit of flex to them. Go ahead and pop that one out. So now we can go ahead and remove our resonator pipe assembly. Now sometimes this slip joint tends to get a little stuck, so we've got a dead blow hammer and we're gonna hit that on our resonator here to kind of help get it moving. Sometimes you may even need to spray a little bit of penetrating lubricant into the slip joint. And once you have that off, go ahead and slide this back. Now, if you do find that there's not enough room to get your resonator section all the way out, you can go ahead and drop these two bolts for our skid plate for our transfer case. So we'll grab our 18 mil socket on our impact, go ahead and do that. So now we've got that around our skid plate. Bring our muffler section back out. Alrighty guys, so now that we have our factory setup out, we'll go ahead and first bolt our skid plate back up. So reinstall this one. And we'll tighten both of them back up with our 18 mil socket. So now we can go ahead and grab our new mid pipe, and we've got our provided clamp over our slip joint. Now this does have a cutout for the locator on our factory side of our Y pipe. So go ahead and get this in position. You want to line up your hanger isolator before you get your slip joint on. Just get it close. So you got that seated. Now we can go ahead and get our isolator all the way in our hanger. Now I may need to grab a pry bar to give some persuasion to get room for our hanger. Go ahead and set that in. We're gonna go ahead and leave this clamp loose for now. We'll go ahead and get our muffler section on. Now we'll get our muffler on, and once again, we're gonna grab our provided clamp, slide that over our slip joint, go ahead and get our muffler onto our mid pipe. Make sure that's fully seated. And we'll get our hanger into our isolator here. Then we'll come back and tighten down our two clamps. So now we'll go ahead and grab our 16 mil socket on our impact and tighten our clamps down. We'll go ahead and do the same thing for our muffler clamp. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Flowmaster FlowFX Extreme Catback Exhaust System for your 07 to 18 Jeep Wrangler JK. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.